Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we have our ARB Slide for your ARB Coolers. We're going to take a look at some of its features, and I'm going to show you how to get this installed right here at etrailer.com. So you saw how easy it was to slide out. It's just as easy to push it right back in. A lot of people get the fridge slide with their ARB fridge freezer because it just adds so much functionality to your whole system. So as you're setting up your camp kitchen, you have things stored away. It makes it very quick, very easy to grab things and go. We have this installed in our truck bed right now, but you can also put this in all your different overlanding systems. So whether it's your small camper or your hatch or whatever rig you have created, this secures to them. This is designed to make it simple to secure to wherever you have it. And what I'm doing right now is I have a piece of plywood. A lot of people do this in order to get it a little bit higher up in order to clear the tailgate, but also so that they can fit this into different areas in their systems. The way you might do it might be different, but the concept is the same. Just 4 bolts, secure it to where you want. What makes this unique though is how it works. So with how it slides, and I'm the type of person that's pulled other fridge slides off the tracks, the way this prevents that is we have a lot of bearings or rollers. So 4 on each side. And you'll notice that our top rollers are actually exposed, which is a little unusual compared to other brands. The reason for this though is to make it easier to adjust and during your overlanding adventures when these get dirty, easier to clean. Another thing that really stood out to me is just how sturdy everything is. From how securely it latches and locks into place to the material it's made of. You see that there's zinc plating as well as our E-coat. Even for those extreme adventures, you know it's strong, corrosion resistant, and will stay in place. As cool as this is, the main thing you're probably wondering is, will this work for you? Now, this is available in different sizes for different fridge freezers. So what I'm going to do is we're going to give some measurements so that you can figure out if this will fit in your rig. So for your installation dimensions, this is going to be the minimum required space for this whole system to work. It's going to be slightly larger than your actual tray dimensions. So in our case here, we are measuring for width, and we're going to need 18 inches of width. And then for length, we're going to need 29 inches of length in order to clear the latch. Now, I'm doing this with the fridge slide for the 37 and 50 quart. Your larger slide will be similar in the space it needs, just a bit larger. In the world of fridge slides, they extend out in different ways. So some slides extend out all the way, where it's double how far it goes. In our case here, this extends 75%, so we still have a little bit of support in the back. In other words, if you measure from the end of the tray to the end of the extension, we have a measurement of 20 inches and 13/16 of an inch. So if you're sliding this over your tailgate, like what we have here, or maybe you're creating your own camp kitchen and you need a space for your tables and your stove, that extension measurement will help you figure out how much space you have or need to work with. Securing it that way allows it to have a weight limit of 176 pounds. So be mindful of how much weight your cooler as well as its contents take up, and also make sure that where you have it secured can support that much weight. As for how you have that secured, well, that can vary, but I have some good tips to share with you with how I did it. So let's take this cooler off and take a look at how it's bolted down. Because there's so many places you can install this to, the hardware is not included. So what I grabbed is a 5/16 bolt, 2 washers, as well as a nylock nut. Whichever way you're going to install it, you're going to need 4 of these. For where I drilled my holes and put the bolts, I have it width-wise 11 inches apart, center to center. Lengthwise, they're going to be 24 inches apart, center to center. But of course, when you do get this set up, go ahead and set the slide down, make your marks, and then drill appropriately. Hopefully those measurements will set you in the right direction though. Installing the slide is very straightforward. Now installing the fridge to the slide, that's where you have different options. So the two ways you can do it is the first, permanently mount your fridge to the holes on the slide. You have these different options here. This is with the hardware included with your fridge, nothing extra. Or you can use the sold separately tie-down straps and install your fridge to the sides of the slide. I highly recommend this option, and most people go this route. So if you are going to be installing this permanently, well, here's my trick to make that process a little bit easier. You're gonna need a small 5mm Allen wrench, and you're gonna need some masking tape. So what I did is I removed the feet from our fridge and I took out the bolt that was holding the feet together. We're gonna fit the feet over one of these holes. Let's go to the furthest one. And then reaching very carefully, we're gonna get that bolt in from underneath and up in place. You're gonna get that masking tape and you're gonna hold that bolt to the bottom of the tray. Do this on all 4 sides. Now my smaller hands make this process look easy, but in reality, this is really a struggle because there isn't much clearance underneath your tray and where you need to mount those bolts. So because of that, depending on where you have this installed, maybe you have this on a cabinet or just a far off spot in the camper, you might not even have this option available for you. With the feet in place, it now makes it a little more simple to lift your fridge up onto the feet and then set them in. The bottoms of the fridge should find the grooves and then the bolts can fit through. So after securing those bolts with your little Allen key, that's how you secure your fridge to your slide. Some people replace those bolts with little cap screws so that they then just need to use a wrench. The whole process is going to be a little tricky because the clearance is really low, but this is the method included with your system. If you're going to go with the extra tie-down straps, well, what you're going to need is that 5mm wrench as well as a 1/2-inch wrench, and then that's going to be used to secure the bolts included with your kit. With that in place, you can then use the included straps as well as handle brackets. This will fit over the handle of your cooler. The straps will secure that handle to the slide. Once all 4 straps are secured, go ahead and tighten those down. ARB actually recommends just cutting off the excess length and then making sure you burn the edges so it doesn't fray. So with these 4 points in place, this is going to be a much easier process compared to permanently mounting your fridge. So whether you need the tie-down straps or you're trying to figure out which slide matches your freezer, since they do come in different sizes, or if you're looking for the 3/4 extension or the full extension, we have all of those available here at etrailer.com. Our website is there to help you find the right match. After working with different cargo slides and fridge slides, I really like how sturdy this system is, how strong it is, and how well it slides through the tracks. The main thing you have to think about though is making sure that this will work for you and wherever you're planning on mounting this. Hopefully this video helped out with that, give you some tips and tricks to how to make it work in your system, and that way you can use your fridge and slide for your overlanding adventures. This right here was a look at the ARB Fridge Slide for your ARB Fridge Freezer Coolers. My name is Evangeline, and I hope you enjoyed the journey.